If you are a college football fan, you know all about Quinn Ewers, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Five-star quarterback from Ohio State, Quinn Ewers is going to transfer, and where is he going to go? He's been rumored to a lot of Texas schools, Texas Tech and Texas, the Big Two. A&M had some rumors, and other swirls of some other southeastern big-time SEC schools. You know, the main powerhouses. LSU's looking for a quarterback under new coach Brian Kelly. It's close to Texas, close to his home. So we're going to talk about where we think he's going, and I'll let you know why he's transferring. So Quinn Ewers is this huge, big-time five-star quarterback. He graduated high school early to go play college football for Ohio State. Went and got some money there, got a lot of, I believe, around 1.4 million. Got a new truck, and now he's transferring after getting his money from them, and he's looking to get money somewhere else. So really, it's from what I'm hearing and what we're reading on Twitter and all these things. He's kind of cut it down to Texas Tech and Texas. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a mistake. I think he should avoid those two schools. I think if he wants to win and be a really good college quarterback, Texas A&M's his school. Zach Calzada was not that good this year, but they pulled off a good season and pulled off a huge upset against Bama. Jimbo Fisher knows what he's doing. I think he could come in and start there and win some games for them. Or I think he should look into LSU because they need a quarterback. It's another big time football SEC school. They got great facilities and they got a new coach and they just paid him a lot of money. So I'm sure they'd pay Quinn a lot of money to come there. But he seems to be more interested in playing now. That's why he left Ohio State. He didn't want to sit behind C.J. Stroud for another year, and he wants money. So if he wants money, go to Texas. But is he better than Casey Williams? Casey Williams had a pretty good season. Hudson Card's still there as well. So there'll be some competition there and won't be an easy starting job. If he wants to go to Texas Tech, that's your easy walk in day one. You're the guy. You're starting. It's your team. That's his. But how good is Texas Tech? And even how good is Texas? Texas was 5-7. Texas Tech was 6-6. Then you got A&M and LSU. Both had better seasons. A&M had some huge wins against had that huge win against Bama that we all know of. LSU wasn't as good as A&M was, but I'd say they were better than Texas. They didn't lose to Kansas the way Texas did, and Texas Tech got killed 70-35 by Texas. So if he were to choose Texas Tech or Texas, in my opinion, that's saying I'm here for money. I'm not trying to win, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that, but it's just it should be known. Like he should almost come out and say it that, and he's gonna try and just say I'm going home. But we all know what it is. That's why he went to Ohio State. If he did it originally and chose Texas over Ohio State, then it's I'm staying home. Or chose Texas Tech over Ohio State, then it's I'm staying home. But after you go there, get your money, play only 2 snaps in a blowout game. Don't complete a pass. Don't throw a pass or Ryan Day in that offense. Refuse to sit a year behind C.J. Stroud. You got there early and you don't get to play. Now you got to find a place to play. That's that's not staying. That's not choosing to stay home. That's choosing to get money. If you already chose to get money, again, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying what it is, and everybody should know what it is because it's important to know when you're going to be sitting there. If you're going to root for him or root against him, you got to know what type of person he is. If he's rooting for money, or if he's just trying to win some games. So personally, I think he should go to Texas A&M. I think that fits his wanting to go home. So I'm sure he does want to go home. I'm sure Texas A&M will give him a fairly large amount of money. You don't need the biggest amount of money. You'll get that from the NFL, and that'll be the best chance to win, compete at a really high level in some SEC competition. But personally, I don't think that's what he's going to do. I think it's what he should do. But what I think he's going to do, I think he's going to end up at Texas because Texas is the big school. That's the big name. You got your big time running back along your side, Bijan Robinson. We all know how good he is. He was in the Heisman conversation for a while. So them two, if he ends up getting that starting job, which that'll be an interesting conversation, something that we'll see how that goes when we get there. Steve Sarkisian will have some decisions to make. Maybe he has to promise Quinn Ewers that he's going to be your starter on day one just to get him in the building. That's what Texas Tech's doing because they don't have as good quarterbacks available that Texas does on the rest of their roster. But I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's getting up at Texas. There's a lot of Texas Tech rumors because I believe Texas Tech is closer to his home in Texas, but he's familiar with the Texas area, and I believe at this point he's visited both of these schools, and I expect that we'll get a decision soon, as soon as the transfer portal, as soon as he's allowed to make a decision. I believe he won't be allowed to make an official decision until the end of the season, but we'll see soon. There's a lot of some other big time transfers that we're gonna have to talk about. Zach Moss is a guy transferred from TCU. Maybe he joins Quinn at Texas Tech. He won't join him at Texas with Bijan there, but you never know what could be working. These guys could be hooking up, getting together, making some things happen together at a school. Texas and Texas Tech both need some new young young talent to get the two programs rejuvenated. Quinn Ewers is said to be working out with Patrick Mahomes as trainer, so that's just a bit of information that could affect his decision. But I think it's pretty much down to Texas Tech and Texas for Quinn. I think he should go to A&M, but I think he'll end up at Texas. But then again, he's gonna be in the Big 12. He's gonna dominate now that Oklahoma is kind of a non-factor anymore. Lincoln Riley leaving, they'll still be a factor, but not as much. So he should be able to come in and get some conference wins, make himself look good, go to the draft, be a top prospect, get drafted, top 10, top 5, take over, be a team's franchise quarterback. I think by the time he's drafting, I think Atlanta will be a team that's looking for a quarterback. Maybe Houston if they stick with Davis Mills for a couple years to make it and keep Quinn local. He won't end up in Dallas. I'm sure he wants to, but he won't end up in Dallas. Dak Prescott's got that job on lock. But yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen for Quinn. Let me know what you think. Let me know where you want to go. But I think he should go to A&M. I think he's going to go to Texas. But from what I'm hearing, what I'm reading, it's between Texas and Texas Tech. So of those two, Texas and Texas Tech, where would you rather go? I'd almost rather see him go to Texas Tech just because Texas is the big attendance school. Give Texas Tech, the little guy, some attention. But we'll see how it goes. It'll be an interesting story to follow throughout the offseason college football. We got some downtime before the playoff. This is a fun story to follow to fill that time.